where all that speed comes from, and FaZe just taking maybe the second, maybe the third best option, and Rogue are just getting tied up with that, and it's wasting so much time. Floater towards the net, turn, Turo uncontested, clear out into the corner.
Here's Gyro. Turo will take it off of his hood. And a reminder, FaZe playing for second place, for a second place seed. They nearly find the goal right there. Gyro comes in, gets it through 2 players. AJ gonna look for the block, but first killer already high on the wall, won't be there. Now Illusion to AJ with a full tank, cranks it to the net, blocked by Turo, and first killer. They tag team that one out, and they get the clear down the middle, but out to that Gyro again, as Illusion was right there in the midfield, trapped in their back third, running low on boost. Taroko's got to clean this one out, but no, the crash in from FaZe keeps it in the blue, and now AJ just falling back as Illusion takes control. They'll try to get their own corners, but Rogue more and more suffocated here as FaZe try to secure that second seed in their group.
Oh, and look at first killer. He's literally just driving at that ball, trying to get it further onto the blue half just to get Rogue a little bit of space to operate.
Gyro
Oh, they're all over each other. It's ugly.
Illusion able to stop it again. The ball's spent so much time in the blue here. It just into the goal, and Gyro's got so much space with this ball. It goes to Taroko on the backboard. They'll carry it out to first killer. For a moment, they will finally get out of their half. It's AJ through 1, but Gyro with the demolition on a turn. Turtle is an open net. No! Turtle gets back in time. What a play. Absolute drag race, and he wins it. First killer off the wall to try and clear it back around. Is, man, FaZe so close to the sweep so many times, and Rogue just will not die.
Another awkward ball. Illusion and Gyro combined here. They catch first killer way out. AJ there, and he drives it right at him. Oh, no, the placement.
First killer had, all he could do was pray, and his prayers were answered. AJ shot it straight at his hood, and we'll keep going. An update from the other side of the bracket, by the way. SSG currently up 2-1 on Scuba. Scuba did take a game off them. If FaZe were able to sweep here and Space Station were to get upset by Scuba, there is a chance that FaZe takes the #1 spot in the group. Illusion to the outside. Taroko trapping on the ground. Gyro there is turn. Troll the shot on target. AJ out of his goal. Long way down. First killer will have the stop, and we'll keep going. AJ, he picked up the corner boost to try and turn on this one. Turn, constant wall, but Illusion finally puts it in. 3-0. 3 up, 3 down. FaZe take it down, Rogue.
AJ, what a beautiful play in the corner there, getting the demo, and then the follow-up challenge, giving an opportunity for Illusion, and look at him check first killer, stopping him from following through and tipping that ball back up towards the wall. AJ, I mean, wow. All right. I've never been the biggest believer in Gibbs' philosophy that he's one of the best players, but watching that game, I'm more of a believer now. That was great.
Oh, what a series from beginning to end. Exciting plays from both teams here, and FaZe give themselves a chance, maybe a shot at that top spot right now. Scuba and Space Station tied at 2 goals apiece with 20 seconds left, looking like overtime there as Scuba tries to force an unlikely game 5, looking for the upset of Space Station. So a lot on the line. Definitely head over to the UGC stream and watch the conclusion of that series, but boy howdy has day 1 been exciting.
Well played. Day 1 has been awesome so far, and the best part is it's not over. Love to see FaZe rally back after honestly getting clapped by Space Station, and to come out here and put up such a strong show against Rogue. You know, say what you want about Rogue early on in the tournament or whatever. Rogue is still a team that you cannot afford to have a bad day against, because if you do, then FaZe is sitting where? At 1-3, right? And
yes,
you can't have that.
I'm sitting here watching Space Station just kept the ball up for about 30 seconds at 0 seconds. That was crazy, but they are in overtime now. So head over there to watch that one. Meanwhile, Ghost Gaming versus NRG. We'll get the next few groups started up here on the main broadcast. We'll be right back on the RLCS.
Verizon knows how to build unlimited right. Start with America's most awarded network.
I'm on my phone 24/7.
Then, for the first time ever, give families more entertainment with Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus, now all included.
We're a big soccer family. Handmaid's Tale. I love Frozen.
Then give families plans to mix and match, so you only pay for what you need.
You get so much more than this, a great network.
With plans starting at just $35. The network more people rely on gives you more. This is unlimited built right. Only on Verizon.
series. SSG takes it in 4.
Yeah, you can see this one typical, just eyeing Angel. Angel's stuck really in that tough spot where you can't really drive forward and give him more space to work with, and you can't really back up at that point, and just kind of stuck in a really, really bad spot. Typical, realizing that he was awkward, takes control of the situation, finishes it off. SSG get it done in 4.
And it comes down to it, but Typical standing out there. I mean, SSG as a whole stood up, and that offense that we saw in game 1 came out in game 4, especially towards the 0 seconds. Just so many shots that were coming in at that Scuba Squad defense. Now, those Scuba Squad made it close for a majority of the series, and they definitely fell apart towards the end.
Yeah, I mean, they fell apart at the end there, but really, we're going the distance, right? They're taking them to OTs, and a little bit more on the offensive side. You could see them trying to piece things together, right? They started trying to bring in bumps. They tried to bring in some of the passes. They were playing quick. They were winning 50s. They just couldn't find that finishing piece. Scuba Squad actually impressed me there. The defense held strong under a relentless number of attacks from SSG.
Yeah, so we'll hopefully see Scuba Squad a little bit more in the future here, but their run does end there. They were already eliminated going into the series, but they did try to play their hearts out for that last particular matchup. So Scuba Squad will finish 0-4, and Space Station will finish opposite 4-0, as FaZe did end up sweeping Rogue and take the second place spot here in Group A, which means Rogue are going to start the knockout gauntlet in the losers bracket. So that'll be very interesting going into tomorrow. But we are not done yet here on this channel. We still have so many more Rocket League matches to go, and you won't want to miss them. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
And welcome back to the Rocket League Championship Series Season X North American Regional number 2, brought to you by Verizon. I am Leaf, and alongside me is Gibbs. And Cheese has joined us again on the desk to talk about this last one here. And it seems that the world is against every prediction that I end up making at Cheese. FaZe takes this one.
Well, I had Rogue here too, but Gibbs is obviously onto something when he was saying that AJ is a phenomenal player, and that really came out to light here in in this series. The guy put on a highlight reel show with a lot of fantastic setups, attacks, and incredible defensive stands as well.
Yeah,
sometimes
and then we get a wall clear. Yeah, why not? We'll take it. 2 overtimes back to back for FaZe, but this is a great series, a great bounce back series after going 3-0 down to Space Station, where they score 1 goal. That's a good sign of a good team when you can bounce back after a really bad performance. So FaZe come out on top 2 in the group now for them. Very important, because playing for their major lives right now.
And now to talk about that victory, Gyro is joining us on the line. Gyro, congratulations on the win. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Leaf. Let's go.
You seem stoked about this one. Walk me through what the importance of winning this one was.
Well, pretty much we realized that getting 3rd, 4th would be pretty bad for us, because assuming that KCP got 2nd in their group and then lost to like NRG, we would have to play KCP to make top 8. And while we think we could beat them, we don't want to be in a position where it's us against them, like, because they're the team that we're competing against. So we just really wanted to get top 2 and hopefully make it against Envy, or maybe first. We get first seed if SSG somehow lose to Scuba Squad.
Yeah, Space Station did win that, I believe, 3-1. So Space Station got number 1 there. But I want to talk about that Space Station match. Like, how do you bounce back after a tough loss like that? You had what, about 30 minutes to kind of figure things out. So what do you do during that time?
Honestly, like SSG was playing really good today. Usually we have a pretty good matchup against them. I think we started off slow, and I think after the series we were just like, wow, I mean, they played really good. We just had to like reset. We had like about an hour. We just chilled, got off the game for like a couple minutes, and then got back on just before the series. And I think what we needed was just a mental reset there.
Well, it definitely seemed to help. You guys played an awesome show, and I just kind of want to dive back into what you were talking about, worrying about placements and stuff. I'm just curious, like, is that something that you guys think a lot about before, like, today starts or yesterday starts, so to speak? Do you guys kind of analyze your groups beforehand and start planning out your bracket, or do you just kind of wait and see how a lot of things unfold and think, okay, this is what we cannot afford to have happen? Or what do you guys do?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Like we do that. It's not good to do because like sometimes it's like, wow, like this is just really bad if we win or lose here. But like we always try to like hard sweat, and it's just like, when I swear to you, every time, like this is like the first time it's ever happened. Every time we're like, oh my god, if we win this series, we get like a free bracket the next day or something. It never happened. It's so bad. Literally, this is the first time. And something bad's gonna happen, so like,
yeah, just don't.
He's just waiting. He's just waiting.
Yeah.
New plan is don't pay attention to what can happen, right?
It's so hard not to. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, just speaking of paying attention, one last question here before we let you go. You know, when looking at your team, you know, obviously the desk has been saying, hey, it looks like they're kind of in a bit of a rut right now. Did you guys feel it? And then like, what did you do to look at yourselves, to take yourselves back in the right mental space and in the right spot on the field?
I mean, yeah, I think like we just been slumping really hard because like we had like a few series where we kind of threw in the grid. Then we had a few series where we should have won, and some series where the other team just played amazing. But I think the main issue was like we were playing good, and we did like replay reviews in order to like see what we were doing good. And then I think that led us to start overthinking, and then we started losing. So then we did replay review on why we were losing. And then that made us overthink more. So now we're just like trying to reset and like just not think about it and just play our game. So yeah.
Gyro, it sounds to me that every time you think about something, it goes well. So are we turning things off now? Are we just brain dead from here on out?
I mean, if you sit in our comms, you will know that we are brain dead like 90% of the time. So yeah.
There it is. To be a professional Rocket League player, you just got to go brain dead. That's what the meta is right now.
Turn your brain off and like rotate, but like still turn your brain off. You don't have to rotate, actually. You don't need to rotate.
Just drive and hope your teammates go around you.
Just call it out. Yeah.
Brilliant. Gyro, thank you so much for joining us, man. Good luck at not thinking in your forward matches.
Yep. Thank you.
And there's Gyro FaZe.
The only esport I feel like where multiple players have said this, like, oh, we just need to stop thinking and just play naturally.
Yeah.
And then they start winning games. It happens a lot of times where people are trying to pinpoint these minimal plays. It's like, no, just worry about the macro. Play very, very easy. Mind is... I don't know. He's probably thinking about Easter candy while he's playing.
He did have the baskets in the background.
Yeah.
Not to dwell on it too much, but Cheese, I think it comes down to what we said is that it is sometimes very reactionary, and it's very, very quick reactions you have to have. And when you're thinking about it, you're taking away that processing power to actually do the thing.
It's true. You really... It's kind of like, you know, trying to hit a 90-mile-an-hour fastball in baseball, right? If you kind of just have to see it and then make a decision. You've got like, you know, 0.3 seconds before it gets to home plate. So you see it for that long and you're like, yeah, I like that. That's kind of it's the same time frame.
But you have to think a little bit, because otherwise we would have Leaf here. He would be #1 player in the entire world right now. So you have to think a little bit, all right? Don't be like Leaf and don't think at all. Just a little bit.
Compliment? I don't know. Let's look at groups.
A double-edged sword.
Just look at
I don't know what I don't know how I feel about this. Well, anyways, that does round out those groups A and D there as they are all finished up here. So this is what the standings looks like by the end of it. SSG did end up coming out on top of the group here. Gives, I think there's only one person that I guess they might do that, and then Envy on the other side.
Yeah, Space Station comes out on top. That's very good because they avoid Team Envy. That is definitely the one you want to avoid from Group D. Team Envy barely pulls it out after that loss to XSET. Poor XSET, though, but they get third place after a 3-1 result.
That is true. Let's take a look now at the rest of the groups. We have more matches for today. Reminder, you can also open twitch.tv/UGC or just hit that watch and squad button to watch all the matches. And we have some more, though, coming here on this stream here on twitch.tv/Rocket League. But these are the teams we'll be seeing. And Stromboli, again, a reminder, Chiefs sitting at the top of their Group B here, where G2 holds the top of the other one, but very close to NRG.
Yeah, very close to NRG indeed. But Stromboli is one that will be fun to watch. They've only got one more game to play, obviously, against Charlotte Phoenix. But the one you really are going to pay attention to in these next couple of matches is Group C, because you got G2 versus PK. PK can maybe salvage themselves depending on the outcome, right? They're 0-3 right now, but if RBG loses as well, then good things can happen for them.
Well, let's talk about our next game now. Ghost versus NRG is going to be our next matchup here. Ghost has a bit of a challenge ahead of them at Chiefs here. NRG has been dominating the North American region recently. You look at their grid, they're just perfect right now. And Ghost, while a strong team, has, from my opinion, watching them, relying a lot on Line Blaze. And I don't know if one player is going to be able to take down NRG.
Well, it's not even necessarily just NRG's crushing North America. It's NRG crushes Ghost for the most part. In recent history, they're 8-1. Ghost last win came in Winter Regional 1. So fairly recent, kind of, but across the board, I mean, NRG's just got Ghost number.
But you're saying there's a chance.
There is always a chance.
They've played 9 times. They've won once. Maybe that's all you need when you play NRG. Who's 12-0 in the grid right now. They're just absolutely dominant. And it looks like they're starting to do like pre-jump passing plays and just having fun while playing in this regional. So watch out.
Well, chat, what do you guys think? It's time for the Verizon fan vote. Get those votes in chat. NRG, GHG. I have a feeling the desk is going to be unanimous on this one. So let's do the prediction of percentages again. What's chat gonna have for NRG? How high is this number gonna be here? I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna give it a 91% for NRG. We're all predicting NRG, so I'm gonna give it a 91% for NRG here. Gibbs, what do you have?
I'm gonna go 94% for NRG. I think the fans are coming out, and obviously with that 12-0 grid, I think most people will have them.
94. Wow. Okay. We're both way up there, Chiefs. You can get the Price is Right kind of situation.
Yeah. I'm about to say I'm gonna go a clean 90 is where I sit. I think.
Why did you just go 1%? You win.
Oh, I should have just said 1. You're right. Yeah. But no, I think 90 is a good spot because if you look at the channel point prediction distribution, your payout if you pick Ghost is about 10-1. So
Chiefs, you're overthinking it, man. You're overthinking. Don't think.
Brain dead predictions. Come on. That's what you got to go with.
That's what I do up here all the time. Where are we freezing it? Looks like Leaf is gonna pull it out.
That's
See,
close,
brain dead predictions achieves.
Well done, Leaf.
Brain dead predictions.
Never mind, I win.
Oh, no, come on, bring it back, Chad.
Take it away, production. Take it away.
We're staying here until it goes back. No, okay. All right, get on Twitter at RLCS, hashtag RLCS. Guys, it is time to head to the Verizon Skybox for our next group stage match.
Well, the favor is in NRG's hands, and Subi, you can understand why. Let me give you another stat that the desk didn't give them. So in spring, if you include the grid, NRG are 17-2 in 19 matches played. 11 of them have been sweeps. To say this team has been dominant in the spring might be an understatement. Ghosts have a lot to they have a lot up against NRG.
I mean, yeah, you're right. But also on the other hand, Ghost has no pressure going into this because there's zero expectations to get a series win going up against NRG. So all the pressure on NRG, but this is a team that knows how to deal with that pressure. So you also have to look back. Mektos recently joined the roster back in November to replace Luke. So yeah, those results of NRG completely dominating them aren't too far off, but there was a different player on the roster not too long ago.
And I mean, for NRG, this is kind of the form I think a lot of fans of the team were hoping for when Squishy had first joined the team. And I know that we've kind of run that back a couple of times. NRG have had moments where they weren't beating teams or they were losing games that they should have won, but that's no longer the case. And now trying to establish themselves as the best team in North America, tough to do with the couple of teams that they're having to contend with. But Ghost is one of those teams where they should be able to take care of business pretty easily.
Right, and I think NRG is also trying to make up for last split or last regionals performance. They did not perform as well as they wanted to, and I think all of us predicted another Rogue NRG showdown in the grand finals, and NRG couldn't even make it there. They couldn't even get past the quarterfinals, where the Sonics upset them 4-1. So NRG looking to come back from that, and what better way to do it than facing a Ghost Gaming squad that you have absolutely dominated.
Yeah, this Ghost squad hasn't really found its form yet. 3 players that have been around for a little bit now. Mektos being probably the longest on the roster in terms of experience, but both Freshness and Lion Blaze come with their own. But like we've said and elucidated, this is a tough matchup for them. But Lion Blaze kicks it off. Justin tries to throw that one forward, but Mektos will get the clear. Oh, Garrett gets around Freshness, and he'll just pop the first goal right in, and it's that easy for NRG, 1-0.
28 seconds to get the first goal. Ghost Gaming got to do a better job in those corners. Freshness absolutely has to get that ball, and Garrett G just gets an easy gimme.
And I mean, that's one you can't really let happen if you're Ghost, right? When you're starting off and this is going to be a steep hill to climb. And for that one to slip by you in the corner and Garrett to just punch it in right in front of you, that's already going to do something for the nerves. Freshness gets kicked out in front of the box. Lion Blaze can't get the clear. Garrett, one touch, but the second taken away by Mektos.
And I think it'll serve Ghost Gaming very well to not overthink this going up against NRG. They could definitely get in their own heads of, okay, how are we going to counter the speed? How are we going to counter those infield passes? How are we going to stop Justin? Just play your own game and let the game come to you. Play it slow, play concise, and just let your comms do the work. Make sure you're clean and crisp in your rotations, and they could absolutely go 1-for-1 with NRG.
Another hard clear, but the rest of Ghost has to wait in the blue half. They do get a touch from Squishy that Lion Blaze takes. Freshness going to go out on the wing. Justin waits and rewarded with the touch out. Garrett makes the follow-up challenge happen, but NRG still having to defend. Squishy long clear. Garrett will be next up for it. Again, cut off by Lion Blaze. Back over to the side. Mektos has the catch, but NRG stop another Ghost attack. Haven't really been able to pull any fruit just yet. Mektos can't make up for the demo, and Justin will pick up the second goal.
Great play here by Garrett G, just turning his head down, setting his sights on Freshness, and that was the close defender, and Justin shoots that close post, and no way Mektos is going to catch up to that one. NRG starting to roll downhill.
And that's the difficulty with NRG, right, is that on offense, they almost always give you a slightly different look every time. They never try to beat you with one tune. They always have a multitude of ways to get around you, and they do a good job with those mix-ups. Part of why they've been so dominant as Garrett wraps back around here in the blue half. Oh, what a dunk.
Oh.
Justin couldn't put it in, and F.O.O.L's threats certainly don't feel good if you're Ghost. They can't even get their boost out. Freshness makes the challenge happen, and they can't scoop it out. Mektos forced back another demo. This time Lion Blaze gone. Justin a little bit of boost. Used the pre-flip to get there. Got the dunk, and NRG are rolling.
Oh, baby. Justin puts Freshness on a poster on the goal line. There's the save, and there's the block to send it right back down the gut. NRG dominant so far here in game number 1.
There's no sweat on offense. They got the boost, they got the challenges, and even Freshness, who tried to square up on the ball twice. It just did not matter. The ball continually just got forced to the blue back wall, and Ghost haven't had an answer for it in this opening half. It's been a rough start.
Yeah, and I think they really just need to focus on getting a shot on target. So far through the first half, not one single shot on NRG's net. It has been just an offensive showcase from NRG. Garrett G looking for a flip reset. He got it, but good D from Mektos. But that offense, I think, is really going to stem from good clearances out of their defensive half and good midfield presence.
Oh, but NRG are just so so quick to the ball out of their own half. And even when Ghost wait, Mektos gets a shot, double commit out of NRG. This might be a chance, but the follow-up slow coming from Freshness. Justin had time to look at it and Squishy time to get to the challenge. But Mektos will keep the ball locked in midfield. Ghost still only 2 shots on net. That was just the second registered by Freshness. And it's an open net downfield. Garrett puts it on, or Justin puts it on target rather. Kind of looked like Garrett got a little piece of it, but 4-0.
Yeah, I think Justin called him off saying it was on target, and you know, it looks like NRG. Oh no, Garrett was trying to steal that for sure. He was for sure trying to steal that. But either way, neither here nor there, as Justin gets hat trick in game number 1, and it looks like he is not slumping today.
No, no slump mode for NRG. You don't go all throughout spring. 17-2. I mean, when are the wheels going to fall off? Well, not on a build this sturdy. NRG Squishy on the ground. Can't make the challenge happen, but Garrett's there. And, I mean, for Ghost, what can you do? Like, some of these plays were just smart challenges by NRG, and that's the second miss in the corner. The first goal of the game was a miss, and this one, the same.
Yeah, both of Garrett's goals come from a miss out of the corner. That's a tough bounce for Lion Blaze, but either way, you got to meet that ball right when it's about to contact the corner, so those bounces don't come out and head towards your own net. Again, NRG just steamrolling right now, and Squishy well read on that kickoff. He saw the fake coming and hits it far side away from that second man back.
You know, Mektos be able to get back to that challenge, except he can't touch the ball, and Lion Blaze has to come make up for it. But Ghost can't make up for anything when NRG are always behind the ball. Justin whipping back around, and another challenge. But I mean, NRG are playing with house money in game 1. They're full comfort, no sweat. They're happy to just throw the ball around, waste time, steal boost. Ghosts are just slower on the pitch right now, and that's more of an effect of how good NRG are as a squad. Like, if you wanted a showcase as to why they've been so dominant in spring, they're showcasing it to you in game 1. Why?
You know what? And I would even argue, Jorby, that NRG aren't even playing as a squad right now. Out of 5 goals, there's only 1 assist. These guys are just 1v1 monsters right now, and when they need to, they can absolutely pull out those midfield passes and hit each other on a dime, but they just don't need to right now. Ghost Gaming is giving them so much space to work with that they don't have to force a pass. They don't have to do anything to get them off the goal line because their 1v1 prowess is just so dominant.
They've just kept the ball away from Ghost. You see them just swinging between Ghost attackers, and by the time they do get a shot on net, it's too weak on the ground, and NRG take game 1. And after that game, you start scratching your head a little bit, wondering where Ghost can really find any real estate in this match, because NRG, both halves are theirs. Ghost just had nothing. They might have had 6 shots on net, but a lot of them were weak, low boost scenarios, and that's just credit to NRG's pitch control.
Yeah, I don't think there was one shot that really made NRG kind of flinch on the goal line. All of them were just tossed as kind of just like making them stay honest on the goal line. When NRG, they don't need to be staying honest. You got to be doing something creative on offense to get them moving around. And again, Jorby, I'm going to go back to Ghost Gaming, and I think it's going to start on defense and how they're trying to clear the ball, because time and time again, we're seeing them just bomb the ball downfield just to like try and relieve the pressure, just try and get the ball out of their own half. And it's immediately being pushed right back into their own half, and they're out of position because they're trying to go for boost. So right now they just need to settle down, keep that ball close to the chest, and try and dominate that midfield.
And, NRG are so privy to that too. Like, they know Ghost are pressed and trying to go for those hard clears, and they always know the correct positions to sit. But I actually think you hit the nail on the head near the end of the last game when you pointed out only 1 goal went assisted for NRG's goals. Like, they weren't even sweating. They didn't have to go to any crazy passing plays. They didn't need to get overly mechanical. It was literally just smart challenges, and a couple of dunks, and that battle of attrition. NRG are happy to play that way. If they don't have to stress, if they don't have to stretch, they're feeling good, and they certainly are. Freshness, though, will find the first goal of the match for Ghost.
And good pressure here right out of the gates. Lion Blaze going for that, forcing Garrett G and Justin to go at the same time. And Justin went a little too early off that back wall, so that top side of the net was wide open. And Freshness squeezes it under the crossbar.
Oh, Lion Blaze might have a chance here with 17. Forces his way under Squishy. Justin last back. Lion Blaze tries to create some chaos, but can't quite get that ball by Justin. Still a good start if you're looking at Ghost, but Squishy back the other way, trying to find Justin and cut off by Lion Blaze. Garrett finds the read quickly. Squishy sits in front of the box and tip in by Squishy. 1-1.
And this is one of those plays where the ball's going towards the net, and it doesn't even matter if Squishy touches it. Still think that one's going to go in, but good play there from NRG. Good positioning, great demo, and it's just, it all happened so fast that it makes you go, wait, what happened? And by the time you say that, the goal has already been scored.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, Subi. Squishy scoring that goal is way cooler than Garrett just getting the wide angle shot, right? That tip in out of the net's great. We take style, and NRG are feeling comfortable. Why not? Squishy launches this one up. Mektos can cut it off. While Ghost have been able to cut off some of these plays in midfield, the issue has always been in the follow-ups. Almost like they're playing scared at times, and whether that's a product of low boost or just the fact that they haven't won a lot of challenges, either way, it's not paying dividends for their success.
When you look across the other side of the field and see those nameplates, I think it puts fear in a lot of opponents. I mean, Garrett G, Justin, Squishy, you're looking at all world champs across from you, and when you look at your resume compared to theirs, they've done quite a bit more.
Yeah, something happens when you hit the RLCS pitch. The vibe is just a little different. You might play against these players in other tournaments. You might go up against NRG at and you might feel a little better at other times, but there's always something about RLCS that just brings the next gear up for these teams, especially teams like NRG. Garrett tries to kick that one away. Freshness can't get the goal. This has been a much better look in the opening 2 minutes for Ghost. Maybe they can find a way to break through NRG, then they might find a way through the match. But Lion Blaze in a really tough spot, and Justin destroyed him.
Nasty flick. Once you saw this ball get on top of his hood, you know something special was going to happen. And he gets a flick in between two defenders. Way to thread the needle, young fella.
And again, it's a simple flick. Justin doesn't have to do a lot. Lion Blaze, in that scenario, we've seen him come out on top in those kind of scenarios, I'd say more times than not. But when you have Justin on the other side of the pitch, and if they can get this one here, no, they don't. Squishy can't find that one. Lion Blaze takes it away. But when Justin's on the other side of the pitch, it's just so hard to be consistent on defense against him. But he didn't have to work hard. It was a simple flick. And maybe it is the nameplate, Stubby. Maybe that's what's getting into the heads of Ghost, but they can't find a way to crack through NRG, still in the blue half.
Yeah, and right now it's just the speed of NRG that's beating Ghost Gaming. They're beating them to challenge the one-on-one situation. Good challenge from Justin to beat out Lion Blaze. He saw that ball got a little too far in front of him and knew it was his moment to strike, and Justin slowing things down. That one got away from him, but Squishy there for the follow-up. The placement of the shot is incredible. My goodness.
And not just placement, but power. 118 kilometers per hour. Squishy launches that perfect. Like, Freshness is on the back wall. No way you're challenging that ball. You have to wait for Justin to shoot it, and you got punished. Well, maybe punished isn't the right word. I mean, NRG created their own opportunity there. Good luck. Ghost down by 2 now with less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, time to get to work now. A lot of times, I'll wait till 1 minute to say, okay, they got to start getting to work to get at least one goal to at least provide 60 seconds to try and get the game tying goal. But right now, Ghost Gaming need it at this moment, and Lion Blaze couldn't quite tuck it under the crossbar. Mektos fires it right at Garrett G. Strong shot, but right down the gut. You got to go towards the post with that one.
Yep, right at players isn't going to get it done against NRG, and hard shot Mektos picks up. Freshness also committed. Lion Blaze had to get that back quickly, and everybody misses the ball. Mektos has to handle it back out to the corner, and he does get the ball down to Freshness. Ghost want to transition, but that boomer is going to force him to play reactionary here to Justin.
I don't like that. I want to see him slow that ball down, try and get a pass. Nice delay from Squishy, saving his flick until the very last second to keep that ball away from Ghost Gaming, as 50 seconds remain in this one, and still Ghost Gaming chasing 2 goals, and it's looking harder and harder as the seconds tick by.
Lion Blaze next on the catch. Justin slows him down. 5 shots on net for Ghost. You compare that to the 8 from NRG, and that 3-shot difference feels pretty massive. There's been a couple of chances for Ghost. Mektos gets deleted on the play, and Lion Blaze has to make up for another touch. That's kind of been the story for Ghost in this match, is make-up touches, right?
Yeah.
Is someone got demoed, someone missed the ball, we didn't have boost, and now we have to double back and just make sure we keep the ball out of the net.
And, you know, going back to those shots, it's also feeling like, yeah, while NRG are out shooting them, so they have the quantity, the quality is also better as well. So quality and quantity, there's no way you're going to beat this team with the shots you're putting on target. That was a good play, but didn't amount to anything as NRG so far through 2 games, scoring a ton of goals, 8 against Ghost Gaming, and Ghost Gaming only putting 1 in.
I mean, has Garrett opened his eyes yet? I just, that there was one save that I think he might have needed to open an eye for, but like it feels easy for NRG right now. Like, we've seen this team play at a pace of incredible speed, and they haven't had to play at that speed at all. It's been a really simple game of, you know, steal the boost, control the pace of play through possession. And that's something that they do so consistently, but they don't have to go to crazy mechanics. I mean, how often have you seen passes? We had that one pass from Squishy to Justin to really force the ball through Ghost when the defense was looking a little better. But other than that, they're seaming right through Ghost, through the blue hat.
Yeah, and the moment Ghost scores, 20 seconds later, NRG answers. So you got to do a better job on defense. And then after that, it just started rolling like a snowball going downhill, the lead getting bigger and bigger. So for Ghost Gaming, you got to answer a lot of questions right now because NRG has swept them so many times, and it looks like another sweep is on the horizon. But for NRG, it just looks like they're on autopilot right now. Like, this is coming so easy.
They've swept 11 teams out of their last 19 matches, Grid included. 11!
That's insane.
Like, you're crushing these teams. Like, and you go down the list, and it's not like, I mean, it's no slouch. Like, you swept Rogue, you swept Envy, you swept FaZe. Who else did they sweep?
In North America?
Yeah, every other team. Like, all the other ones are kind of your A-tier squads if you go farther down the list, but they're just on top every time. They have an 0-3 against Rogue back in the first spring regional. But other than that, you haven't really seen this team sweat at all. But Justin gets back in front. Mektos tries to force another possession forward. Ghost did score the first goal in the last game, and that seemed to help their confidence. It at least kept the scoreline a little closer for a while. Mektos, another good challenge, saying his name a lot in the orange half, but they just can't get that shot on net.
Yeah, they can't get any shots this entire series. There's been one good one. That was from Freshness that amounted to a goal, and Squishy avoids the demo. Lion plays a little too high, but Justin's there to clean it up, and NRG starting to scramble on defense. The boost is low, and Garrett G just got some. It's going to amount to a lot because he's going to be able to get back to net, and Squishy gets met at the top of the box. And here's a good surge from Ghost Gaming, but that whiff is going to spell danger.
I feel like Mektos tried to flip to get both the ball and the boost. You know, that canister is so tempting. You'll do anything possible to get that boost in addition to hitting the ball. But let me tell you, Subi, you can't fall to every temptation, and you're gonna get burned. But they've kept the possession up. This is looking really good for Ghost. They got good challenges. They've got control of the boost, but Lion Blaze completely misreads the ball. And Freshness, he's got Mektos on the wing. Do they have something there? Hard ball out, but Garrett was all over it. Just a quick transition, 1 touch, 2 touches down, but not even close to the net. And Mektos will grab control.
Yeah, and right now it just feels like Ghost Gaming has a piece of the puzzle missing. Like 2/3 is always there, and then you're waiting for the follow-up. And where's that third man? And you look, and he's all the way back on his defensive half, trying to get that full boost pad. And, you know, you were alluding to it, Jorby. Those big boost pads, yeah, they shine bright on the field, and they attract your eyes, but you
don't chase the shiny things.
You don't got to be a moth chasing the light right now. You got to do what you can to stay on offense.
But you understand the mindset. I mean, they've been starting to boost all match, and they've had to defend shots like that. And what can you do when you're sitting in net and Garrett just scores one right on your face?
63 miles per hour from the top of the box, and he launches it right down Main Street. I mean, I thought that was going to be saved, but the power he put behind that just made it unsavable.
It's like before you could even hit the jump button, the ball was in the net. No chance for freshness. And there was some good possession in the orange half from Ghost. I really thought they were going to punch through, but they just couldn't find a real quality opportunity in front of the net. I believe they had one, but other than that, you know, you can stay in the orange half all you want, but it doesn't matter if your quality of shot is poor. And Justin will force the ball back again.
Well, you got to make you got to make NRG think on defense, and right now they're just rotating very easily right now, like sharks circling in the water. And it's nice to see those infield passes coming out, but just one pass isn't enough to make NRG kind of move. You got to come out with some feints. You got to come out with some jukes. Do something special, because this NRG squad is that something special.
Ghost can only play it to the sides, but NRG, I mean, they own the sides and the pitch in between. There has been no route that Ghost could find without paying a tax for it. And Freshness able to bomb the ball back downfield. Can they get something set up here? Not if you can't get a challenge there against Squishy. Garrett, also unchallenged, just gets a freebie shot back to the corner. There's a transition. Ghost playing it all along. Maybe they can get the play here, but everybody committed on Ghost, so nobody can actually follow Freshness up. Ghost in their own heads in the final minute in a game that they might find a way to tie, but they just cannot find that shot. Mektos, a challenge, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I would love to see their faces while they're on offense. Just, I want to see how much communication's going on. Can we see them moving? Can we see them communicating things? Because the triple commit on offense is terrible. Completely stifles all that hard work you put in as 30 seconds remain here, and Ghost Gaming still chasing one. It's doable. Lion Blaze has it, and Justin turns it away.
Freshness pops this one up. Garrett picks up another save. It starts to heat up for Ghost. Freshness is there again. Have the pass to Mektos, and he can't find the goal. It was blocked by Justin. Time running out again. Lion Blaze gets the challenge. Freshness next up. He keeps the ball killed in NRG's third, but Justin's close behind it again. 47 boost, and all the time in the world on the flip. Reset, puts it on the ground. Just has to get it on the ground at 0 seconds, but Freshness has other ideas. Pops the ball up again in front of Squishy. Lion Blaze next up, and he missed it. NRG play with their eyes closed. An easy 3-0 sweep here against Ghost.
Yeah, and you know, we did get to see Ghost Gaming there in the last 30 seconds, and they were communicating. They were trying to get it going against NRG, but NRG just so stingy on defense with what they're going to allow you to do. They say, okay, you want to work your offense through the corners? Go ahead. We're going to smash it away once you get towards that backboard. You want to work the backboard? Perfect. We got Justin sitting up there, and he's going to bomb it downfield over your third man. Like, what can you do to get past NRG right now? I don't have the answer, and Ghost Gaming surely didn't.
Now, a lot of teams don't have the answer. That is their 12th sweep in the spring split, including grid.
Jeez.
NRG are on a tear, but can they convert it into a regional championship? There's a lot of Rocket League left to get there. We got more matches coming up after the break. Don't go anywhere.
Verizon knows how to build unlimited right. Start with America's most awarded network.
I'm on my phone 24/7.
Then, for the first time ever, give families more entertainment with Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus, now all included.
We're a big soccer family. Handmaid's Tale. I love Frozen.
Then give families plans to mix and match, so you only pay for what you need.
You get so much more than this, a great network.
With plans starting at just $35, the network more people rely on gives you more. This is unlimited built right, only on Verizon.
Coming at you like monsters in the night, and you feel the danger that makes you want to hide when the cards are stacked.
Torment will clear one up. Com should be able to get this off the sidewall. Goes under Beastabonian, fakes him out. Can't beat Andy though. Final seconds here. We go to game 5.
Name a more iconic duo. V1 in game 5. Name a more iconic duo.
Game 5 OT.
You can't. No, I don't even want to hear it. You can't.
Game 5 OT.
Tie series. We go to game 5. V1 fans, God bless you. We don't have sponsors on this stream, really. But I mean, whatever they use for like heart conditions, I don't know the commercials anymore. Is it Bayer? I don't know. Y'all need to buy some of that because the amount of heart attacks you must have going to game 5s. How you feeling, Super?
You know, it's just another day in the office, you know?
Oh, yeah, I feel that. Well,
Pretty
now,
standard. This is just how it operates.
Here's the situation, Super. Just kind of, again, these are all round robins, but it's not like this game means nothing. Kickoff win for Charlotte. Yeah, this is a pretty big one because V1's in third place. Charlotte's in third as well. Com gets the first goal. You're probably going to sit in the lower bracket regardless, but seeding is important. And that's a big goal for V1.
Oh, what a demo there from Torment to open up that net. Delta just out of position. Can't get there. Great play from Tor.
I've never seen a team go to game 5s as often as V1. I've never seen it. It's remarkable.
Game 5s and OTs.
Like you could legitimately bet on this, like a mortgage. You could really make some money. What a great read.
Oh, calm, punish, nobody back on defense, pass down, and he's just going to hit it the length of the field.
That's just a stupid angle.
What
are we supposed to say? It's game 5 and V1's now showing up and scoring more goals than the past 3 games had. I mean, there's plenty of time on the clock for Charlotte, but my God.
Yeah, at this point, not what V1 was looking for. So at this point, they are going to be playing bottom bracket. They really needed the 3-0 sweep here if they wanted to go up and try and get into that second place. Out of reach at this point, so they will be playing from the lower bracket tomorrow if they, regardless here. But that seeding, again, is important. Both these teams are in. They're just battling to see which one of them is going to get that better seeding. Calm going to try and make another touch here, but Andy, Beastabonium will both be there. A little bit of presence. Tor going to try and fake it over the top. Can't do it. Good touch out, though. Calm going to look to try and double it himself. Can't find the second touch.
V1 has gone to game 5 every single series this weekend.
Yeah.
Listen, as long as you're winning the last game of your series, you're fine. Look, you'll win the tournament.
D-Rat came out yesterday and he was like, hey, so V1's at 98 overtimes and has a chance to hit 100 OTs. And in the very first series yesterday, they hit it, go to game 5. All 3 of their wins in that opening series were off of OTs.
It is a special, special breed of team to be able to do that. For Charlotte,
and they never come out of it. That's the thing. Is like you think it's rough for the fans. You think it's rough for everybody. Imagine being the players, and they never come out of it. They don't get discouraged. It doesn't matter how much time's left on, what point they're at. They always play it through. So you always get a show. At the very least, you're going to get a series on your hand if V1's on the field.
For Charlotte, there's plenty of time in this game 5, but after those first 2 goals, thank you for the rule 1, by the way. Oh, that's after
great
those first 2 goals.
Oh, what a save!
It has been a subsequent mirror image of the past 3 games of this series. It's been back and forth down the field, give away possession, not by choice, just by nature of the game. And Charlotte has not found much on the offensive half. They desperately need something. Delta breakaway chance, and finally will cut the lead in half.
Great touch and effort here from Andy. So the pass comes out. Andy has to commit immediately from that touch from Beastabonium to beat out the side wall and puts it right out in front. Delta's able to hunt that one down. Has a player on the back post, which just leaves the whole thing open. He has a huge shooting lane and a ton of power.
Still anyone's game. Looking for that insurance goal if you're V1. A tie game if you're Charlotte. Andy will flip it over. Where's the pass? There it is to Delta backboard. And went else up. Beastabonium shot on target, but Gimmick with a great save again. Second or third time we've seen that in this series. And Andy keeping the ball alive. So some desperation out of Charlotte, and it's worked out. Now it comes to the defensive half. How do you clear the ball out? So far, just try to dip it out to Andy, and Beastabonium will get the ball right back. Flips it over 1. V1 now struggling to clear it away. And finally, that extra touch will do so, and Torment will have the last laugh.
Calm just kind of bullying Andy as he comes down the pitch. Beastabonium with control. Has a flip reset to work with, but Gimmick will get there to block it out. Big booming pinch from Calm will send this one downfield and back into the hands of Delta. Beastabonium on the attack now. Soft touch, and Calm powers that one out. Gim with control. What a nice little touch there to get it past Andy, but Andy gets the bump and slows down the play.
I'm expecting a V1 goal at some point to come in like the last 10 seconds, so we see in overtime. Who knows if we'll actually get it?
Well,
There's
if V1 gets in the final 10 seconds, V1 will say that we're not going to overtime. I think you're expecting a Charlotte Phoenix goal in the final 10 seconds to get the OT.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, thought that might be there for a second. Andy was hunting for it, but Gimmick snipped it out.
About a minute to go here in game 5. Delta all the way cross field. Can't get that last defender, and what a demo that would have been had he been able to pull it off and jet the ball down. Torment looking for the clear. Centered back out to Andy, who recovers back on the play. Instead of going for the immediate challenge, buys time for Delta to move up the sidewall, and now Andy has to play backward defense. He kind of does so. Vicetone will get possession. V1 keeping the ball alive in the blue half, burning as much time as required. But Charlotte Phoenix moved down the field, and they have time and resources to pull off one last good swing. There it might be. Delta can't get the bump, and Calm escapes the pressure for a clear.
Final seconds here. Gimmick gonna look to try and slot it in himself. Can't get it. Posts out. Final attack opportunity here. Vicetone pops. Andy keeps it alive in 0 seconds. Torment with control now, looking to ground it. Hits the transition so it doesn't go down. Tor off the wall. Andy keeps it alive. Bump. Calm tries to ground it. No. Delta makes a touch. What is happening? This is the second time we're seeing this here today on this series, and it does finally touch down. Version 1 with the script as usual goes all the way to game 5. This time, though, they are going to close it out. Direct actually tweeted out at you. I don't know if you saw that. He came through to let you know 45.1% of the time V1 will go to the game 5 or game 7.
That's insane.
Across everything. So that doesn't matter. That's counting RLCS. That's counting grid. Regardless of what they're doing, game 5, game 7, it's just how it works.
That's honestly disgusting. Like, the fact that that's a stat is just insane. And
the next closest is 33% according to Direct. 33%. It's like it's massive.
I don't know what to say. It speaks to the ability of the team to be able to clutch up a lot of the times in series, but also the weird inconsistent nature of this roster, that it can either, when it smokes, it smokes. When it's getting smoked, it goes to game 5. And that's essentially the story of V1. But for Charlotte Phoenix, again, they'll sit in 4th place respectively. So they're not out. They're just playing through the lower bracket, but not a great showing from them. And V1 just kind of handled business, but the offense was not quite there in this series outside of game 1. It seemed like they were just struggling to whether they wanted to commit as a team upfield or whether they were trying to look for infield passes. There were many times where it was a staggered offensive push, one at a time, not a lot of people in the back line ready for that second possession. They didn't look like they were ready to be able to play this series.
It turned into a bit of a boost battle, and I don't think that we quite covered it as well as we could have. There was definitely a battle for boost. I was saying it in game 1 that it was going to really come down to that and controlling those midfield boosts. And Vicetone in the one game, like I said, he was doing full rotations all the way deep and coming back in for the bumps, but he was taking a side boost and a back boost so that when they do play downfield, V1 wouldn't be able to pick that boost up immediately and they'd starve them out. As soon as V1 started taking control of those midfield boosts, it was then staggering that offense and they couldn't commit. They didn't have the boost to commit to come up and make the plays. So good control from V1 to try and take over those midfield boosts and make sure that they were getting their back boosts as well.
Absolutely. And you look at just kind of how V1 have positioned themselves now. Yes, they're playing through the lower bracket, but you keep winning the last game of your series. Each time you play, you're going to win the series. You're just going to keep moving on. So game 5s are not bad if you're winning them. And if they keep this up, yeah, it doesn't help kind of their positioning because, you know, game differential does matter, but they just keep winning. They keep moving forward. Up next, V1 will be playing KCP, which is a big matchup. But until we get to that point, Supersonic, we have to throw it to a break. And when we come back, the second to last match of the day here on the B Stream.
And welcome back to the Rocket League Championship Series Season X North American Regional number 2, brought to you by Verizon. I am Leaf. This is Gibbs, and down there is Mr. Turt. What's up, Turt? How you doing?
It's me.
Like enjoying some Rocket League today?
I've been having a blast. I mean, every single series so far. Gibbs, what are you talking about? You look gorgeous, Gibbs. Don't you dare disrespect yourself like that.
I totally thought you just said, I have no hair, Gibbs. Well,
no, I mean, like, you see Turtle, you see Leaf, and like, their hair's just too great.
We'll hit.
Anyway, let's talk about greatness.
Later. Yeah,
let's talk about NRG here real quick. I'll transition it. It's fine. I don't want to look at my hair anymore either. NRG, Turtle, they're really good at Rocket.
Oh, yeah. They are insane. And it's all about the midfield presence for NRG that I love the most. I mean, Justin was not only dribbling from his own defensive side, getting incredible dribbles. He even posted a clip on Twitter of him 1v3ing from his own defense in a scrim. He does that here in RLCS. The passes to find Squishy, they were risky with their positioning, but they never overextended. They kept winning the challenges, and it was just relentless. And at this point, I'm not sure what the key is to get out of this NRG pressure. You've got to bring it to them in the midfield. Otherwise, it's over.
It's starting to feel like we have a real comparison to BDS with energy, as long as they don't mess up later on through the bracket. We saw it last time. They were doing great through the entire regional. Then day 3 and day 4 happened, didn't do as hot. So we need to see it every single day. Right now, they look like the best team in the world. Can they continue that through day 3 and then day 4?
Good question. We'll find that out on day 3 and day 4. Let's take a look at groups right now. As we crush through the rest of A and D are done, we're on to groups B and C here. We just again watched NRG over there in Group C, and now we start looking at Group B as well here, Gibbs.
Oh yeah, so Group C, it's pretty easy. Like NRG's playing G2, they're playing for first, and then we got RBG and Ghost, they're playing for third, fourth. So they're playing there, and Pittsburgh Knights are out. In Group B, Stromboli sitting at 3-0. That's a great result so far for them. They still have one game left, but KCP in version 1. They're playing for a top 2 spot right now because we got 2 teams at 2-1. Only one will have 3 wins, so it'll be them and Stromboli for a top 2 spot. Will they get first? We don't know yet, but they know that they have to win the series to be top 2, and that's most important here.
Yeah, and I mean, we just need to emphasize how important that top 2 spot is. You get an extra life in the knockout gauntlet. That is priceless. And I'm looking at these groups, and I think Group B, Stromboli, that's pretty surprising. Meanwhile, Group C going a little bit more up to our expectations. I would love to see more from the Knights, but unfortunately, we didn't get that today, Leaf.
That's true. But a reminder, if you want to catch all these matches, twitch.tv/UGC or click that watching squad mode. But here, right now on twitch.tv/Rocket League, we're talking about KCP and version 1. That's our next matchup here. Turtle, KCP has been really ramping it up as of recent. Looks like they're trying to get back to their old form here. V1, though, is also a team on the rise. I feel like this is going to be a good clash.
Yeah, and we just saw during the break on the B stream, you could see that they were in a tough matchup. Version 1 against Charlotte Phoenix went to game 5. And I think that bodes well for version 1 coming in here. I think they're going to be warmed up. They're going to be ready to go, especially getting a game 5 win. That's one of the best feelings in a series, is to be able to clutch it out like that. Meanwhile, KCP, I think they're on the come up. These guys, they were going a little bit slow in the previous winter split, but now I think they're on the come up. Rapid has been impressing me. Memory's getting back to that third man striking form. And of course, you have to talk about the MVP most of the time, Beast Mode.
Absolutely. Version 1, though, I am scared for them because every series they go to 5. They've had 3 series so far, and each one went to game 5. Will they be exhausted by the end of this? Who knows? They do this all the time in Grid. They play top teams. They play them close. They normally lose. So that's what it comes down to. But when we're talking about versus the Pioneers, they're not one of those top teams. Version 1 has won the last 5 or 6 in a row. So version 1 has the number right now. But it's when they go up against the bigger teams like a Space Station or Rogue or G2. They normally just fall short in game 5, but this one they should win.
Well, it's time now for the Verizon fan vote. Check. Get involved in the chat right now. Spam hashtags either KCP or V1 to vote for the team you think is going to take it. It's going to be tough. I think this one's going to be quite right down the line here. Both these teams, the possibility of taking this one. It's time though for the analysts to make their case and make their prediction on who they think is taking this one. I am Gibbs. You can go first. Yeah.
There we go.
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right. So we saw like after the first split, then they bring in Com for version 1. They're 5-0 now versus KCP when they have Com. And I think that continues here. And none of these series were close at all. It's outside of one game 5 early on in Winter Regional 1. I think version 1 has kind of figured out the Pioneers, I think version 1 continues, because I always say they're a top 8 team. Version 1, they're going to prove it here yet again by beating one of the other top 8s in KCP.
Okay, Turtle, that's up to you.
Gibbs, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna have to say it. You're correct. You're right. I think that was exactly how the series is going to go down. And for me, the biggest indicator that version 1 are going to take this win is the fact that they did go to game 5 against Charlotte Phoenix. Some people would be a little bit off put by that, but I think it was a good wake-up call. They were getting punished on mistakes that really should have been capitalized against a team that they should have won as well. So going into game 5, you get the clutch win. I think that proves that they have what it takes to recover against KCP, and they'll take it probably in 5 games.
That makes the decision a bit easier for me because Gibbs has, well, Gibbs, I really wasn't even thinking of that. I just didn't want, Gibbs was misleading me today. All day today, he's misled me. He'll distract me. He'll be like, do this, and then he'll vote something else. I'm going against Gibbs right now, KCP, and I'd get in trouble if I didn't. So KCP is going to be my pick. In all honesty, I feel like, again, it's close. Either team really could take this one. I'm looking to see Beast Mode Rapid pop off. There it is, straight down the middle. That's kind of what we expected.
That's pretty ideal. I think that is the perfect way to view this series. Version 1 with the talent they have and the history, it's respectable. But then KCP, you never know. Beast Mode,
a lot of pressure on Pioneers for sure, because they're playing for a world championship spot. They want that extra life when they go into day 3.
Well, we're going to see how it unfolds in a few moments. Guys, get on Twitter at RL Esports, hashtag RLCS. We're going to head to the Verizon Skybox in a moment, but not before we sit down with Beast Mode and talk everything KCP.
For this regional, we decided to not give as many teams as respect. We had that mindset to not respect players as much, because if we do, then we're going to give them too much space on the field and stuff like that. So we decided to play our own game and give it all we got.
Shot's not on target. Second one is. Yeah, it's good pressure.
The team mentality is very good. We're happy with how we're playing. Finishing second in Regional 2 really gave us momentum going forward. So it's really good today and really nice.
For KCP to make up ground. Wow. And look at the dunk from Beast Mode. 6.
Team that we're eager to face off is, I would say, NRG. This is because we haven't beat them yet, and it would be really nice to beat them, especially since they're one of the best teams in the world as of right now. So it would be really nice to play them and then beat them.
They have to scramble back. Oh, it's Memory! Couldn't get the first shot in, but blocked for a second one. One each.
Playing with Rapid and Memory has been a good experience for me, as they always help me in anything that I am struggling with or anything. So it's good to have people that know what they're doing and that has had experience, especially since I have no experience at all. So it's really good to have those two teammates. They can help with literally anything I need help with, so it's very nice.
So far, can they respond? Yes, they can. It's Beast Mode. First to the near post ball chase moment. Wow.
I absolutely believe that we can win a regional. We have been there before. We have beat multiple top teams, and we always think, why can't it be us? So, and we finished second twice, and we have the momentum and we're ready to have that first win.
And Memory again, taking all the touches he needs on Hara. About that for a winner. Memory with a huge performance.
Beast Mode saying that they are ready for that first win, and I would think that they have it in them. They've shown that they have what it takes to compete with the elite teams, but even against version 1, they have not been able to bring that out. You just look at all the recent losses they've had to version 1, but you still have to have that faith in this Pioneers team, Corelli.
Yeah, I mean, they've shown a couple times, like Beast Mode was saying there in that interview, they have gone the distance a few times here throughout RLCSX. So why can't it be KC Pioneers? Well, we'll have to find out. And like you said, and what Gibbs was alluding to as well, it's a very tough matchup here for KC Pioneers against version 1.
Ooh, it's tough there. Memory and Rapid team bump out of the gate. This Pioneers team slow start. Beast Mode getting back in time. Gimmick with the follow-up shot. Going to be denied. And for everyone who's been following the version 1 path, it has been pretty remarkable seeing this team after bringing on Com having some great success and Gimmick almost scoring early. But version 1 has been a bit of a Cinderella story. And you look at how many series that they've had that have gone the distance, that they've come out on top of. You just feel like there's some magic with this squad.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it is because of Kong. He's a player that has really grown into this roster, not only with the team, but also individually as well. Really have come alive late here in RLCSX and kind of asserting a little bit more dominance, especially through the midfield. We always talk about him. The attack seems to flow through Kong, and he certainly has been a big part in putting together some of those great comebacks and those great Game 5 wins that version 1 have.
Now a chance Gimmick able to make that save. Version 1 being tested now by the Pioneers. Com definitely a huge part of that success, but early on, Kansas City and version 1 being well matched. You see Torment with the musty. He was low on boost. That was a nice option to get power that he wouldn't have been able to get with a straight up flip.
Probably one of the better options, honestly. That one was a rocket towards net, and I don't think really anyone expected it. It was a good save. It was really harmless in the end. But version 1, you can see how much pressure they're holding, just keeping possession in the KC Pioneers half. Really doing a good job of whittling away at positioning and boost on the Pioneer side.
And Torment, you know, that option, not necessarily the first one you'd expect, but that's kind of been how the version 1 offense operates, especially led by Gimmick, who is the lead scorer on version 1, but also one of those players that is never afraid to make a quick turn and stay in the play and get that extra touch that results in a goal.
It was a shame there. Torment didn't have boost to keep that play going. That's a great pass over to Gimmick near post. Memory does get the save away. Here comes Torment again over to Calm, and he can't connect. That's 2 or 3 times now, James, that version 1 have had that ball skate across the Pioneers side. They just couldn't convert.
And you wonder how long the Pioneers can go without giving one up. We've seen a couple team bumps as well from the Pioneers. Not the cleanest play. And you heard Beast Mode in the interview talking about not giving teams respect because they end up giving them too much space. And it looks like version 1 has had plenty of space to work with so far.
You got to start disrespecting them, I suppose, as version 1 are all over him. Here's Calm with the shot. Rapid is able to turn it away, but that's the 6th save now from the Pioneers, and still version 1. Look at them switch the field, keep possession, grab up another attack. That one might find its way through. Gimmick gets the first one for version 1.
And Gimmick, this is a situation where he picks up the mid boost. He's got full mid boost, and there's such a late flip. It completely shocks Memory. Memory perhaps expecting an air dribble into a flip reset or maybe a double tap. You even see Beast Mode jumping up high to block that double tap ball. And the Pioneers were not ready for Gimmick to pull the trigger straight on net. And that is that play from version 1, that unexpected shooting from Gimmick that puts them over the top.
Those lateral passes across the box, across the final third have been so dangerous. Very Envy-esque. Envy loved doing that. And version 1 certainly showing how to do it. Now, Beast Mode. Oh, backflip shot. What a save from Calm. He's still on the ball. How did he get that one out of there?
And he must have had 100 boosts and a pre-jump save from Gimmick. And Torment hitting that ball away, but still extended pressure. It's unbelievable, really, that the Pioneers have not scored on this exchange.
Oh, Beast Mode, maybe redemption. No, it's saved by Gimmick. Version 1 finally getting tested on the defensive side, and boy, they have stood up to the attack of KC Pioneers.
That was crazy. Gimmick now air dribbling, getting the 50. Trying to pinch this, will stay in the play. Didn't pick up that pad, gets bumped. Now this ball in the Pioneers' corner, hit out. Gimmick streaking back, trying to help out Torment. Torment will get in the way of the shot. And now booming it downfield. The version 1 defense, it is holding on.
Oh, yeah. And the Pioneers, they are ramping up this attack, looking better and better late here in game 1. A bump here from Beast Mode, maybe a second on Gimmick. Rapids trying to force it through. Memory's there, but another save from version 1 keeps the slate clean.
More attack coming out. Beast Mode will collect. Memory right behind him. Air dribble to the corner. Torment picking up that corner, so he'll have full boost. And field pass now to Rapid, and that shot going to be easily handled. Torment just has to get this ball to the ground. He'll hit it. Beast Mode will keep it alive. Rapid to Beast Mode. Beast Mode off the corner, and it's blocked by Gimmick. The pre-flip, not enough to keep it airborne. In version 1, they survive in this one. But Corelli, it was a close call.
This was a tale of two different games. The first 4 minutes was all version 1. You saw them move the ball across the final third. They kept possession. They locked in the Pioneers, made their life miserable. But that final minute, maybe minute and a half even, for the Pioneers, that's when they really started to break out. The defense paid off. They were so close. That backflip shot from Beastmo was halfway in the net, maybe even more. It took a couple heroic saves from version 1 to stay in this one. They do hang on with that single goal.
Yeah, and that only goal coming out from Gimmick, and you see it here on the replay, saving his flip and going straight for net, surprising the defense. And then here's that play you were talking about. Tom had so much boost, and still, I'm still shocked that there was no goal for the Pioneers. They had so much pressure in that final minute.
Yeah, and again, you know, that is the offense that I think the Pioneers really want to get going. Version 1 were almost helpless. I mean, they literally had to sit on the goal line and wait for the Pioneers to come after them because they were so quick on the ball. And it was complete flip-flop from what we saw in the first, half to 3/4 of the first game. It was all version 1. It really was. They were all over the Pioneers, and something just changed. They finally got their boost. They finally got down the field, and the Pioneers never let go.
They really didn't. But if you're watching that first game, you're thinking, wow, this series could be close. But this game going to be an important one, I think, for the Pioneers, especially with how close they were and still failing to score. They really have to get some momentum here with a win. Otherwise, you think version 1 might be able to pull this one out. Nice start.
Oh, that's a good demo.
Torment with that demo. That was a key demo, and not only getting the demo, but powering through to make that save. Quality defense from version 1, and that was really what won him that first game.
Version 1 already feeling a little bit more uncomfortable. You're seeing Pioneers having opportunities. Here's Beastmo. Can he drop it down? He does. Rapid's there. Shot on target by Calm. Floating in front of the ball. Pioneers, they're picking it up where they left off in game 1.
Yeah, even that 50, you could have easily, if that 50 goes a little bit differently, just gone straight into the net. Pioneers just never that lucky, it seems. Come. Light touchdown, gets some help from Torment. Zero boost, come way out of the play. It's going to be up to Gimmick and Torment to stop this attack. Gimmick, the side flip. Torment, Memory. The side flip as well. And Memory will score. The numbers advantage for the Pioneers proves to be too much for version 1.
Great transition from the Pioneers. Beast mode shot. I think he wanted that one in, but it's a great pass out to Memory in the end to clean everything up. And a good transition from the Pioneers to catch off version 1, using that back wall to their advantage as well. And a 1-0 lead now to the Pioneers.
And you expected that to happen with how much Kansas City was getting looks on net. Version 1, like you said, in the same situation as the end of last game, now low on boost, trying to fend off this attacking Pioneers team. Another shot coming through off the crossbar, and it gets cleared out.
And, James, watching this game now that there's a little bit more confirmation here in game 2, I don't know what was going on for the Pioneers earlier on, as they do get a huge save on the goal line from Rapid, but the Pioneers, have woken up here in game 2. They finally convert. They're looking to put on another attack, but a great cut from Torment. This one might find the back wall clean. Rapid just barely gets up to it. He clears it away.
And it shows you that speed. Beast Mode was talking about not giving teams respect when they're on their game, playing their game. And that's a great example of what the Pioneers game is. So speedy. They can keep you locked down in your half, and they've been doing that to version 1. Version 1, you can see Gimmick and Com both having no boost to work with, but still, version 1 managing to keep this ball in the Pioneer half. But will they be able to get a shot off? That's another question. Nice demo from Com. Gimmick went for the 50 beast mode. Hit it off to the side, and Rapid will get to the ball before Torment.
A lot of possession given away by version 1. This is actually a great pass as soon as I mention it. But there's a lot of possession given away, and I think it's because of no boost. Version 1, they find themselves with the ball bouncing in front of them. It's a free touch. But they just have nowhere to go with it because they can't bring it down and go on the dribble. They have no boost to do so, and they're kind of forced into that touch. Now Memory, he's going to have a shot on target, and it's open for him. Pioneers going to double their lead.
Yeah, and like you said, no boost. Com was caught going for the corner. And it just was the worst timing possible. Version 1's boost struggles really are plaguing them at this moment. And a 2-goal lead for the Pioneers. It seems like they've bounced right back.
And it's on all parts of the field, obviously defensively there, but even in the midfield and the attacking third, it feels like Version 1, they are completely drained of boost and they have nowhere to go, and it's making life easy for the Pioneers right now.
Pioneers in firm control. And game 1 certainly could have gone differently as well. Flip reset from Rapid, beast mode, follow-up shot, low boost for Calm, that's all he's got. Gimmick will try to get it up to Torment, but it's coming right back, and Calm running on small pads. Couldn't get much of a hit. Another shot having to be turned away.
But even that touch there from Calm, it was really to nowhere. It was to the wall, and it bounced up back to the Pioneers. I mean, that's all he could do. He had no boost, and he was the one to have to get the touch there. So it's been awkward for Version 1 here in Game 2 because of the boost struggle.
And Gimmick will get a demo. The boost needs to come back for Version 1. Torment has plenty. He's going for the double tap. Torment double! Off the head of the defender and in. Torment brings Version 1 within striking distance.
And that is the Version 1 that you love to see. High open space above the opposition's box. Nobody there to challenge Torment. Perfectly placed as well. A couple players got a touch on it from the Pioneers. The shot so well above their head, it drops in for them. Version 1 finally got on the board here with less than a minute to play.
Oh, and the flip reset? Was that a flip reset from beast mode?
Into the
right
pit.
under the defense.
Right here. Getting the flip reset, fooling the first man. Torment thought that ball was too far in front of beast mode, but he uses his flip to get back to it, fools the opposition, and the Pioneers respond.
And you know, that a bit of a more rare flip reset, actually leaning back and kind of hitting it with his belly instead of rotating under the ball like you see most players do.
Yeah. Oh, is that another one?
It is.
Why not? Why not for Memory? These long-range shots for Memory as well. That's the second one here in this game. This one from his own box almost. And nobody back from Version 1. And again, it's that boost game. Memory has so much boost to just pound that ball downfield. Version 1 were pushed up so far, and of course, they have to. They're down by, at that point, 2 goals, now 3. But still, Memory able to just recognize the open space and take it with the boost that he's given. And another 3-goal lead now for the Pioneers.
And the Pioneers looking ferocious. Even though they lost that first game, they looked very good in the final moments. And then in this game, completely dominating for most of the game. Boost control on lock, and that is really where the Pioneers feel most comfortable. So the Pioneers playing their game in Game 2. Version 1 did have that brief moment thanks to the Torment double tap to get back into it. But the quick response, wow, from Pioneers and that amazing flip reset beast mode stepping up for the Pioneers.
Absolutely. And a very, it wasn't a super strong Game 1 because, they kind of laid down for the first 4 minutes and then they turned it on the final minute. This game, through and through for Pioneers, looked strong. Look at those shots from 13-7 from Rapid. And I think that's where the Pioneers really want to funnel their shots, having Rapid be that man. Beast mode as well. He was able to convert on his big chance. So for the Pioneers, everything going right for them. Shutting down Version 1 by taking away the boost has been a phenomenal game plan here. It's certainly working. And right now, Version 1, they have to change a few things because the Pioneers are all over them.
Yeah, and you wonder if maybe the demo is the right call. Trying to get a demo in the backfield so that you can have a little more space to get boost. Because right now what's happening is all 3 members of Version 1 getting backed up all the way. And then sometimes you even see Gimmick, like on the one play where they got counterattack scored on, Gimmick trying to pass the ball into the middle, but no one from Version 1 was there because of how much they have been boost starved. They weren't able to get that shot. So Version 1 gonna have to make some sort of adjustment to respond to this Kansas City speed and pressure.
And I think it does come down to that possession game for Version 1. They got to bring the ball down and find the space that the Pioneers are giving. Right now, Version 1, they seem very direct with the ball. It's always being funneled through the middle towards the net, not really fooling the defense of Pioneers too much. That one actually comes out to Gimmick as beast mode does make the save.
And you think, Gimmick puts that far post.
Yeah.
It might be a goal. That was a bit of a fortunate bounce off the defender. And by the looks of last game, Version 1, they're going to need every goal they can get. Gimmick, again, sending it across the middle. You see a double commit, but Calm took his time to collect. Now, Beast Mode beating Calm to that ball. Gave up possession, however. And a very early jump from Rapid, who went up to the ceiling. Gimmick, a light touch out in front of net. Beast Mode jumping backwards and gets the corner boost. Now he'll be able to make the air dribble play. Poking it out. Trying to get the 50 rebound out to Memory.
Wow.
And Beast Mode taking it from coast to coast, forcing that rebound.
How did he get through here? Torment, I thought he had a touch on it. Couldn't get there, and that ball just bounces out to Memory. Little confusion there from version 1, as I think they thought the challenge was going to come through a little bit faster. Beast Mode does well.
It was crazy how late that jump was from Beast Mode. I don't think he got a flip reset. I think it was just a late jump.
Yeah.
And that extra push on the ball let him get it out past one defender. Now another shot coming in. Beast Mode having a great series so far.
Absolutely. And, you know, he's a rising star. Oh, that was close from Calm. And a good save from Rapid. But I was about to say, you know, that rising star from Beast Mode on the Pioneer side, he certainly has become, you know, a cornerstone of this team. When you think of KC Pioneers, you think of Beast Mode, and you might just think of Memory here. He's got an open net. Nobody on the back post. Gimmick was racing back, but surely Memory puts it in a 2-0 lead now for the Pioneers.
And Calm maybe trying to bring that ball up the wall. It was on the hood of his car, but when he went up the wall, it just died. He gave possession back to Memory, who had a hat trick last game, gets another one here. But you're right about Beast Mode. He's such a huge part of the attack. He is the lead goal scorer on the Pioneers, averaging 0.72 goals per game. But Memory and Rapid pretty close behind him, almost at 0.6 goals per game. So the scoring spread out, and you can really see that triple threat offense that the Pioneers have.
Yeah, you certainly can. Everyone getting involved in a lot of these attacks, and they're very selfless with the ball as well. Memory trying to get over one. They do a good job of extending the play. Look at that pass down to Beast Mode. Oh, upper right shot from Beast Mode in the corner, and a 3-0 for Pioneers.
And you can see Gimmick trying to get that out. Rapid getting a small touch, but that shot.
No.
Does it get better than that, Corelli?
No, it doesn't, because going off the post is almost better. Like the inside corner there is almost better than going clean through. It's just that much farther away from the defender. There was just no way version 1 could read that good of a shot. They knew he was going to take it, but it was that good of a shot they couldn't get back to it.
And after watching these first few games, it's tough to believe that version 1 has had the Pioneers number, and this one, another goal here for the Pioneers as they pile it on.
And this is so smart from Beast Mode. Perfect pinch out to Memory. Totally deliberate as well. Just well done to not over pinch it, to not under pinch it, straight out to his teammate. Not the easiest thing to do, honestly, when you're up 3-0 and now 4-0. You know, it takes that pressure off your back. Now Rapid, he wants a little bit of shenanigans in the air. How about Beast Mode for a fifth? He can't get there. And version 1, they've got 2 minutes to play. It is time to get back into it, but not if you miss a save, and Memory will get the fifth.
Yeah, missing a save indeed. Calm. He just was not expecting that ball to bounce in off net, or towards net off that corner. You know, you can't really blame him too much. He's taking the aggressive stance when version 1 does have to score, but that's just going to be a heartbreak for him watching that one go in.
For version 1, you know, from what they felt or how they were in game 1 to what they're feeling now is, you know, polar opposites, as the Pioneers have really put on a show here in this third game and asserted themselves here in this series. And it's going to take a lot, I think, for version 1, because now this is 2 games where things have gone poorly for them. They haven't been able to keep a lot of possession. They really haven't put on that many threatening shots. They have 8 shots in total, which is on par with what the Pioneers are putting up, but none of them are really that memorable here in this game. So it's, you know, what do you do if you're Pioneer, or if you're version 1? There's a lot to talk about here in this next break, because something was working in game 1 that has gone awry here at the end of this series.
And was this a pinch? Was this a team pinch? Rapid and Memory going for it right here? Sure enough.
Oh,
boom.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're just going for clips. and the adjustments you wonder what they're going to be, because right now, Version 1, you try to look for some positives in your game and amplify that. There was not really any positives in this game for Version 1. Kansas City completely dominating everything. The tempo, the speed. You even see them on challenges. Rapid has been pre-jumping on the challenges, and I think that is, what Kansas City really wants to do, and especially when you see them have success, it's because the team is playing so quickly. And it has been working out. This was a beatdown.
I think, what we were alluding to early on in game 1 about Calm and what he brings to this team, he's been very, very quiet here. He just crossed 100 points in the last 10, 15 seconds ago with a save. So it felt like he really wasn't a huge factor for Version 1. And a lot of times it feels like he's the heart of Version 1. So when you don't have that, things certainly start to fall apart, and they definitely have by this scoreline here, 6-0 in game 3.
6-0, 10 seconds left. Version 1, they've only managed to score a single time.
Oh,
the offense, there's the 7th, bouncing right in.
Hey, Memory. He can see this one all the way through. Beast Mode wants to lob it downfield. Instead of going for the ball, Memory just takes out Calm. It's 7-0 with 1 second left, but Memory wants to make sure Version 1 knows about it. And the Pioneers, they are rolling here in this series since game 1.
They certainly are rolling. The offense has been nowhere to be found, and I'll have to make an amendment. They have scored 2 goals, not 1. But does it really make a difference when there's the 8th goal going in for the Pioneers?
They wanted to cross the 1K point mark, and that'll do it for them. 1,090 points for Memory. 6 of 6, by the way. 100% shooting here in this game. The man is incredibly accurate, and with the KC Pioneers, they are better for it. 8-0. My goodness.
I don't know if I've ever seen 6 goals on 6 shots before. That is going to boost the stats, certainly, Corelli.
Oh, yeah.
And the Pioneers, they are feeling good after this one. An absolute beatdown, 8-0 in game 3. And now the Pioneers just 1 game away from securing top 2 in the groups and making a statement against this Version 1 team who has had their number. So this is a surprising result so far, just in terms of the degree in which the Pioneers are dominating.
And I'm curious to know, what is happening in this break for Version 1, because I talked about it earlier, saying I feel like Version 1 need to kind of keep the possession of the ball a little bit more, be a little bit more careful and cautious with your touch. You can't just give the Pioneers free balls. And for Version 1, that was not the case in this last game. It was kind of more of the same that we saw in game 2. So a lot of changes have to come out from Version 1. There's things across the board. We talked about the boost game. We talked about possession. It's all over the place for Version 1. Everything needs to be fixed here going into the Pioneers.
And, maybe you take a page out of the Sonics book, who to take down NRG, who is high-flying, aerial expert type players. Sonics, they kept the ball low. They kept it on the ground as much as possible.
But reset?
And with the pre-jumping Pioneers who are so quick to get up to these balls in the air, maybe you try to take that ground game into account.
Absolutely. I mean, anything to keep possession and keep the attack going, I think will benefit Version 1. Whether it's in the air, on the ground, doesn't really matter. Right now, Version 1, they do get the first goal. Calm puts it away, and a much better start here for Version 1.
Yeah, Gimmick getting airborne. That one off the backboard around all the defenders. You saw Rapid coming close to getting that touch. Beast Mode close to clearing that off the goal line, but it was a well-placed backward pass and great speed from Calm as well. So Version 1, they're not out of it. And honestly, Corelli, they're a team who seems to be okay with being that underdog or being in that position where if they got to make a comeback, they seem to do it quite a bit.
Well, they're going to definitely need it here against the Pioneers. Will be Torment that wants to take to the sky. And you're absolutely right, James, when you talk about the Pioneers right now, that midfield defense, they are pre-jumping everything from Version 1. They read them so well. And I think Version 1 sees it. I've seen it a couple times with Torment. When he wants to take that ball up there, he sees Rapid already up, and he lets the ball drop. It stops his attack because he knows Rapid can get the touch on it. Oh, Memory almost able to knock it down. That one's still floating towards the net. Torment, oh my goodness, clears it into beast mode. Another shot from Memory. Torment does so much to keep version 1 up by a goal. Maybe a second as it's too high. Com's going to put it on target, but an easy save for Rapid.
And so Torment's defense really keeping version 1 in it. Not only getting the stop, but almost scoring that goal as well. And we saw boost struggles before that clear came out. Gimmick was on 0. Torment was last one back, had to make that stop, and he did. Com will take this ball downfield. But now cleared back up to the middle. Gimmick back to Memory. He's going to go for the 50. It's a low 50, and beast mode will poke it off the side. Now, high pop. Com beating Rapid to the ball. Won't be able to get the double, though. Gimmick is there. Puts it off the corner. Memory going to the side. He's low on boost as well. Not sure if Gimmick got that corner boost. Looks like Rapid did, judging by how much boost he used there. Nice pop up. Memory airborne. Going for the shot. It's going to be low. Dropping in. Saved on the goal line. Backward pass from beast mode. Rapid. A shot. And it's saved from Palm and finally cleared out version 1, bringing back that trademark goal line defense.
Oh, and maybe almost a shot from Gimmick. That one got through the man in the air. Rapid there to clear it away. But you're right, version 1, they are holding on the goal line. They've only felt 3 shots, at least in the stats here against the Pioneers, but it certainly felt like more. Rapid gets by 1. Memory looking for some more space. The Pioneers have not been as lethal, but this could be it. Beast mode into the air. Weak shot on target is turned away by Torment.
And you just scratch your head. You wonder, how is it possible that the Pioneers can put in 8 goals in one game and now be back to where we were in game 1? For version 1, able to pull off a win 1-0. Might be in the same situation here.
Certainly would benefit version 1 to quickly get through a game. And it has looked better for version 1. The boost game has swung back to more evenly than it was in the previous ones. This could be opportunity. Gimmick's already up. He's got to beat Rapid, though. Can he get over it? He does. Shot on target. Beast Mode can't get there. And Gimmick doubles the lead.
Now Gimmick getting up to the air here. And you wonder if Rapid just goes straight up. Would he had enough boost to get there? I don't think so. Oh, Rapid running on fumes. And Gimmick getting up high, dropping down a nice pass. Version 1, they pick up their second goal. First time scoring more than 1 goal in a game, and it looks like they're poised to take the win if they can hold on for a minute.
Good demo here. Haven't seen too much of the demo game. All of a sudden now it's coming alive, and that's a huge shot from Beast Mode turned away by Torment. Rapid still wants a piece of this version 1 defense. It is locked in at the top of the box. Everyone diving across there for version 1, or at least 2 of them. Still version 1 threatening. Again, just wide from Rapid. The Pioneers are knocking on the door, and version 1 keeps shutting it.
So you'd think, Corelli, the Pioneers fully capable of kicking that door down eventually. And their offensive firepower, they do have what it takes to get 2 goals in quick succession, but they're going to need 1 here. Rapid in the middle, waiting for a pass from Beast Mode. It's delayed. Memory on the rebound, couldn't score it. And that mid pass, if that made it through to Rapid, that's surely a goal. That was well defended by version 1.
Oh, great defense, especially with Beast Mode wiggling behind the ball. 10 seconds left now for the Pioneers. Just need to score some time. And it's probably not going to happen here. Version 1 get the demo and the transition out, and that'll do it. We will go to a game 5. Version 1 will fight back. They made some changes here in this game, and the Pioneers forced to a game 5.
Oh, man, that just kills all the momentum that the Pioneers had. They won the last game 8-0. And surely you think, okay, they win that game 8-0 on match point. This is when they close that out. And no, they end up getting shut out by version 1, who brings that defense that they showed back in game 1 all the way to game 4 and help them get this win here.
10 shots for the Pioneers, 9 saves for version 1. So that definitely paints a little bit of the picture. We were commenting about it almost the entire game about how good that defense was from version 1. They experienced a lot of pressure this time for the Pioneers, so the shot's not dropping. And I don't really think there's a lot to change here for the Pioneers. The offense was still there. It was just impeccable defense from version 1. That was the difference maker here. The defense stepped up, transition game stepped up from version 1, converted a couple more chances. All of a sudden, you find yourself in the lead with a clean slate.
And, you know, are you surprised to hear that version 1 is in yet another game 5 here on Champions Field? This time against the Pioneers. The Pioneers on a losing streak against version 1, but they can end that storyline here and now. And I think you just look at the goal scoring against each other. Version 1 has scored 4 goals in the entirety of this series, whereas the Pioneers have scored 12.
Definitely says something about what has gone on here in this series. And to be fair, I think the game 2 games ago for the Pioneers was a good one to inflate that stat, because they were shut out in the last one. I'm curious to know now what we get in game 5. Are we going to get the Pioneers coming out hot? Are we going to get version 1 from games past? That's really the question. Right now, the Pioneers on transition. They just got Calm back. He does whip around and make that save. And a good demo on Rapid will help version 1 get out.
And Calm will play spoiler there with that touch. We haven't seen many demos in this series. Oh, we'll tap from memory, pass out to the middle. And yeah, I'm wondering where the defense was. What had happened? Why was no one back?
Gimmick picked up the boost, and I guess he just didn't think Memory had a second touch. He was waiting for that ball to bounce out. Everyone was still rotating back. Calm and Torment hadn't got back for version 1 yet. It was just Gimmick. It was his job to buy time, and he just didn't realize Memory could get that good of a second touch to set up beast mode.
Yeah, I think, you know, it was that maybe combined with him thinking that someone would have been back. But you're right, he had to buy time. He was, and not only buy time, but buy a lot of time. He was the last one back for a while, and a huge save from Gimmick. Counterattack opportunity, Torment streaking across, but Memory will get into the passing lane and shut that down.
And that one would have been a quick little passing play for version 1. This shot turned away by Calm again. Version 1 being tested on the line. They're stepping up once more. They get that one out.
Oh, that's a miss from Gimmick. He used up a lot of boost for that play as well. Gonna have to go all the way to the back corner, which Memory had just snagged. So boost woes for version 1. Gimmick 3 boosts to make this hit. And it's not the best. He gives up possession. Rapid getting challenged again by Gimmick. So Gimmick coming from behind. That was a big touch there, actually.
He got bailed out too. Torment was able to pick up the corner, taking it into an air dribble. Calm can't do much with it. Rapid just floating, gets by Gimmick, gets help now from beast mode, and a beautiful transition for the Pioneers. Memory shot. What's going to be on target, but it was stopped at the source. The version 1 now trying to play a little bit more defense. Pioneers are unrelenting. Rapid gives way to beast mode, but read by Gimmick.
And Gimmick had missed the mid boost earlier, which resulted in a little bit of extra pressure. So the boost starvation from the Pioneers is strong this game. And we are past that halfway point. Both losses that the Pioneers have experienced, they were shut out. So they're probably feeling pretty good right now.
Oh, that bounce coming off the inside of the corner did not benefit the Pioneers. That threw off the attack. That one could have climbed in. Here's Torment, full boost to work with. Got to get back to it. Beast mode on the challenge. Torment still has a little bit more boost. Tried to dunk Rapid. That would have been incredible as Calm trying to work his way through the defense again, and Pioneers get out.
And beast mode staying calm. He saw I think it was Calm coming in for the demo. Did not jump. Stayed low and was able to dodge it. Version 1 starting to get a little frenzied as they're fighting from behind. Gimmick up high. Will go off the ceiling. Double tap. Stopped by beast mode. Memory a high lob. Calm will have Torment and Gimmick upfield. Calm instead going to take it himself, but Rapid again shutting down that play in the midfield. Midfield pass, but no one was there. And if somebody was there, Corelli, that would have been a perfect pass.
It was a perfect pass from Torment. I think Gimmick was a little slow to move up. Still, Great ideas coming out from version 1 and plenty of time to work with. You're down by 1. Just need 1 to drop. Only generated 3 shots to the 7 here of the Pioneers. Let's see what they do coming off their own goal line. They just give it away to Beast Mode is one of the second touch. Rapid there to help out as well. And now here's a chance. Version 1. Unfortunately, couldn't get by Memory. Calm will throw it downfield. Big miss from Rapid. Torment's going to wrap around this one. Can he put it on target? And again, the defense so solid from the Pioneers.
Yeah, if that 50 comes out towards net as well, you think version 1 might have a scoring chance. But we're approaching that 30-second remaining mark. Version 1 still have not been able to get on the board. Time ticking away. And that might be the dagger if that goes in, but version 1 catch or break gimmick now. Putting this off the sidewall, going for the double tap. He pinches it around the corner. Torment. Backboard pass in Memory will clear that up to Rapid. Rapid trying to dribble it. Gets hit back down, but clear right back. Double demo from version 1. Torment will get full boost, but Beast Mode stayed alive and now killing even more time. And it'll have to be a 0-second goal for version 1. And that miss from Torment won't be able to keep it airborne, and the Pioneers close things out, but it took 5 games.
It might have been a little bit closer than the Pioneers wanted, but a fantastic win here for the Pioneers. They break that losing streak against version 1, and for the Pioneers, had some dominant games against version 1. Obviously, the 8-0 is probably the most impressive, but even then, in game 1, they were able to try and mount almost a comeback where they really started to show that offense. They really started to show what they were going to be in this series. And then game 2, they really came out and showed that and continued from there. But the Pioneers, a lot of growth here in this series. And, you know, going back to that interview that we heard from Beast Mode, why not? Why shouldn't it be the KC Pioneers? They look like they could do it, and they look like a strong team here against version 1.
Yeah, and you look at that one game, 8-0. You believe that this Pioneers team has what it takes to finally get that win. And they've gotten close. They just need to figure out how to take it to that extra level. But even in this series, Corelli, if you're a Pioneers fan, it's encouraging, but also you've got to be a little bit worried because you see they were shut out 2 games in this series, and even in this final game, only a single goal. So you want the Pioneers to find what makes them so good and be able to make that repeatable.
Yeah, getting that consistency at that high level is really the key for the Pioneers because we know that peak is so high, but it's just getting that in more and more games, in more and more series. That's, like you said, the key for the Pioneers moving forward.
So the Pioneers get the win in Game 5 over version 1. We've got one more match today, and that's going to be coming up after the break.
Verizon knows how to build unlimited right. Start with America's most awarded network.
I'm on my phone 24/7.
Then, for the first time ever, give families more entertainment with Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus, now all included.
We're a big soccer family. Handmaid's Tale. I love Frozen.
Then give families plans to mix and match, so you only pay for what you need.
You get so much more than this, a great network.
With plans starting at just $35, the network more people rely on gives you more. This is unlimited built right, only on Verizon.
Comes out of net, so the call's back to Mekdos. He reads it off the backboard, and now you have a long clear and a chance to find Line Blaze on the sidewall. But Stokely doing the right thing, slowing the ball down, takes Line Blaze out of position, and allows him to move up the field uncontested. Stokely again putting a shot towards the net, but Mekdos is there, and so is Line Blaze. So the defense for Ghost Gaming will deny any chance in any shot that comes through in the following 10 seconds. A follow-up from Stokely, but a sneak through both defenders somehow finds a way through the net that just should not exist.
Hey, you had talked about it where you said they were set in net, but just because you're in net doesn't mean you can make the save. Perfect shot placement from Stokely proves that point. And RBG steal away game 1.
That is a situation where, as hard as Ghost Gaming had fought to tie up this game, 2 defenders in the net and just a cheeky angle from RBG, and both members commit. I wasn't sure if Ghost Gaming were trying to recognize whether it was a pinch coming or they weren't sure about the angle, but that is dead center right in the corner of the net. Unfortunately, Ghost Gaming unsuccessful.